YouTube time to tap in. In this week's chat today, we're going to be over the 3 biggest reasons why Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 needs to be an absolute W from the franchise to help us stop from falling to the abyss.
Bravo team offloads here. Alpha team stays on board to land downrange. This is capture or kill.
Reason number 1, this will be the first Call of Duty that will not have an annual release following Modern Warfare 2. Call of Duty has historically came out with a new game every single year, which has allowed this cycle of excitement leading up to the new Call of Duty while playing the current Call of Duty, getting burnt out usually on the current one with the lack of content updates, or if it's a shit game, and they get you hyped for the next Call of Duty coming out. Call of Duties usually drop between October and November. We have like those 3 or 4 months of great gameplay usually. Things start to get a little bit stale with potentially bad DLC updates and no direction for the game, but then there's a 3 to 4 month period of people who just grind it or leave the game. But eventually all of us come back to get ready for the new Call of Duty that is going to be coming out that next year. With Modern Warfare 2 not having that game, this game has to hold its lifespan for 2 years. But this game does also have Warzone 2 coming out with it, so hopefully with a battle royale alongside Modern Warfare 2, this game can absolutely take over for the next 2 years. They do everything right, fingers crossed, and we can have a good couple years with this current game. I think a lot of people, including myself, are tired of that cycle, so this is hopefully a W. Feeling that game is just might be half-assed and there's not a lot of love that goes into a single title because there's already another one coming out from a different branch within the Call of Duty umbrella. Reason number 2, Modern Warfare 2 is one of, if not the most iconic game in the entire franchise. If they choke a remake or at least the sequel of 2019's Modern Warfare, this is an absolute disaster for Call of Duty. A lot of us grew up playing Call of Duty, and I know a lot of us loved Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. They did a great job at bringing back Modern Warfare 2019 for the most part. And to me, Modern Warfare 2 is even elevated even more at a pedestal of nostalgia and being one of the greatest FPS shooters of all time. So all of that being said, when they bring back iconic maps, iconic guns, and a lot of nostalgia feeling from Modern Warfare 2, I really hope that they make sure that this is going to be one of the best games in Call of Duty history. Like we stated previously, with no game coming out for an entire another calendar year and the elevated expectation of being a Modern Warfare 2, both those things put together, this has to be a win. And lastly, number 3, let's talk about it. The absolute dumpster fire that Call of Duty has been since Cold War got integrated. Let me explain. The nostalgia now we have of Warzone has gone to Verdansk in the quarantine days. Call of Duty decided to prematurely release Warzone during COVID so they could capitalize the most on people being home, which a lot of us are looking back on as some of the best moments we had during that time. But because of that, Warzone was a huge success, and instead of doing the original plan of having Cold War having its own Blackout version 2 game mode, they integrated Cold War into Warzone, which ran on completely different engines, which started the issue of having 2 different games on 2 different engines running in the same game, and they need to transfer over those files to make them work simultaneously all under one umbrella cohesively. There were moments absolutely that Warzone felt great after Cold War and Raven kind of took over. Gun balancing, there were some decent POI changes, not really. But overall, there was a moment of bliss when Cold War got integrated. But Verdansk did need to go, or at least it needed to change. We'll make a quick note about Fortnite. Every single season, there's usually an amazing in-game event with some spectacular map changes, meta shakeups, and different ways to play the game. That never really happened with Warzone. So new seasons came, old seasons went, and we needed some change and it never did. Then Pacific came. Call of Duty Vanguard was announced. A lot of the community did not want a World War II game again, but we still got it, and it was an utter mess. On top of already the absolute dumpster fire that was starting to accumulate and stink terribly, Caldera came out, Verdansk went away, and the entire game died for myself. And it was reported since Caldera releasing, Call of Duty has lost 1/3 of their entire player base. And the peak player base through Verdansk after quarantine was 150 million players. So they lost 50 million players after Vanguard release. With Cold War not really being a great game, Vanguard arguably worse, Call of Duty has been in a really bad downfall probably since Infinite Warfare. But even then, after Infinite came out and it flopped, they had another game ready to go because that was the cycle that we had. So, in capturing everything, because of all of these reasons that Modern Warfare 2 is what it is, and it is one of the most coveted titles within not only the franchise, but FPS history. No new game to break the cycle for them after 1 year. And the absolute downfall that Call of Duty, in my opinion, has had over the last 2.5 years. We need and want Modern Warfare 2 to be a great game for the franchise. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe down below, follow the page. I'm Chad Rails on all socials. I would love to see you live in my Twitch stream. Hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching.
Entry on the 3rd. We have to get to that door. Check your corner.
Watch the container! X-ray down!
Horse right. Channel 1, the missile's parked around you. How far are you from the bridge? This is 1. We're pushing towards the entry now. Copy that. Off the bridge entry. Secure the deck and we'll blow the door.
Visual on bridge entry.
Check it. Controls are internal. All right, stand back. This is Shadow 1 going explosive on bridge entry. 3, 2, 1, execute!
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.